ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very important segment today on Air Mix. And hey, it's wonderful to have your company today. Today we are thrilled to be talking about the official launch down under of Hot Toddy. And this is the range of chili sauce that have been set out and launched by Sarah Todd, who has been very, very famous. So let's go and join the event. And I would soon be welcoming Sarah to the studios here as well. So Sarah, once again, welcome to the show. It is so wonderful to have you here on the show on Air Mix. And congratulations on launching your new series. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a really exciting time. It's a project we've been working on for many years. So we're really excited to be launching now.
That is so wonderful. So Sarah, just for the benefit of our listeners, your amazing story. So how did you get involved with all of this? What was, what made you in the circle?
Well, it's a bit of a coincidental project that happened. So basically, COVID times, which we're all trying to forget, my restaurants were closed during that time. I'd come back to Australia from India and was just at that point where I realized I really wanted to start working on a product range that I'd had in my mind for some time. I had my dear friend George Columbaris call me up at one point and say that he needed this Kashmiri chili paste and where can he get it from? And I said, well, I have everything in my pantry. I can make it up quickly for you and send it across. And he was on his Instagram using this sauce that I had made him, and he had said, guys, head over to Sarah's Instagram if you want the recipe to make this. And I had all these people basically reaching out asking to buy the sauce from me. So it was a bit of a coincidental moment. And at the time spoke to my brother and had basically, he wanted to start to do something different. He's been working at the mines for a long time, and we decided to make a sauce range.
And what an amazing story there. Looking at your story, I would like to probably go a little bit back as well, your days, when you entered the MasterChef.
Yeah, so basically MasterChef as well was a period in my life where I was really looking for a new career path. I, at the time, had been modeling and realized that once my son was born, I wanted to do something different. So my son has Indian heritage, so it's something that really inspired me and came into my cooking a lot. So going into the MasterChef kitchen, it was the episode where I cooked aloo gobi on MasterChef Australia, and my following just went kind of boom overnight from India. And I just realized that there was a huge support in India that I didn't realize, and it just kind of really influenced my journey. And from that point on, I started traveling to India frequently and exploring all different corners of the diverse country, from the south to the northeast to central, Coimbatore even. I think I've been to almost every state in India, and it's been something that has definitely shaped my cooking style.
And that's another amazing journey. So tell us about your visit to India and venturing into that restaurants. That could have been quite challenging, especially in India.
Yeah, look, I think that for me, I'm from a very small town in Queensland called Walkerston of 2,000 people. And when I landed in India, I was just blown away with the support that I had, and people all across just taking the time out of their day to show me around and allow me to explore such diverse corners of India. And I think this really inspired me. And when I decided to open the restaurant in Goa, this is something that I knew I really had to delve into the culture of India and travel around to bring that influence into my cooking. And yeah, of course, it was extremely challenging opening a restaurant. I think whether you're in India or Australia or anywhere in the world, it's definitely challenging to work in hospitality. So for me, there was a huge amount of learnings throughout that period. I definitely feel like I grew a lot as a person over those years and started off quite shy and didn't know too much about business, to be honest. And it really was through that period that I really grew and learnt a lot about myself and about the world and about India.
And quite well said that you didn't know much about business, there are people like you who always make it in this kind of world because you are not focused on business. You're more focused on the passion, on what you're doing and the product. So that's what drives. And there are people who are too focused on just how the mechanics of the business runs, then they sometimes lose their sight of the passion and the passage that is amazing. Very, very well done. Well, now getting back to this, the chili range. What's on offer? What are the ranges?
So we really wanted to, I think we have a very diverse family. I mean, my brother's partner is Japanese and he has a half Japanese son. My son is half Indian and I'm Australian, lived all over the world. And I think we really wanted to make the range diverse like Australia. And we have a tagline, it is taste the world one chili at a time. And what I realized in India, cooking dishes, that chilies aren't just added to blow your socks off, they're added for flavor. And every chili has a really distinct flavor profile. So you'll see through the range, we start off with a smoky Kashmiri tomato, beautiful chilies that add more flavor rather than heat. And we go on to a sweet chili, which is a bit more of those beautiful Thai flavors. I think people look at sweet chili and think it's going to be really sugary and unhealthy. So we really steered clear of that and added beautiful flavors into our sweet chili. And when people try it, they're blown away because it does have a bit of chili heat, and it's really, all of our sauces are vegan, gluten-free, really healthy, nothing added, no nasties. And then we move on to our sriracha, which is one that really beautiful with all of those kind of Asian dishes and even really delicious with a samosa as well. And then on to our dropper sauces, which ones that we really love because they can go with a lot of dishes. We've got our Australian-focused bird's eye mango, really tropical for, inspired by that Queensland sun, surf, beach and barbecue. It goes on absolutely everything. And then for those who do like the heat, we've got a Bahut Jolokia, so ghost chili, which is not for the faint-hearted, but it's a really beautiful sauce that can go on a lot of our dishes. And yeah, so there's something for everyone, which is really exciting. We've got a chili scale on the front that shows where they're really mild and all the way up to really hot. So something for the whole family.
And amazing. That's an amazing range. And you quite rightfully said that, chilies are there for the flavor, for the taste, not only just to blow your socks away, as you mentioned. Many times here when we, go to some restaurants without naming any, and some food outlets, when they talk about mild, medium, or you want hot, whatever they add, it just bends your tongue or things like that. But there's no taste, there's no flavor as we know it. So you have rightfully identified as well that there are different classes, different types of chilies as well, which have different flavors. Some of the chilies, if you just cut it and leave it on the table, just the smell of that, just the aroma that just comes out of that is amazing. So we are very well done. Now, if people wanted to get a hold of these chili sauces, the three range that you've just described, where and how would people get them?
So we're in a lot of places across Queensland now. We're in all the Harris Farm, the Standard Market Co., lots of boutique stores as well. And then, of course, on my website, www.sarahtodd.com.au. And yeah, I think it's amazing to have all the support that we have received, and we're in a lot of stores now. So we're excited for people to get their hands on them. And like you said, there's something for everyone, and we really celebrate chilies and their uniqueness and their flavor.
And just, of course, we know, not everyone can handle spices, talk about spices and, leave alone chilies. So how is the wider community, opening up or accepting this?
Yeah, it's been really great. People who kind of get a little bit scared when they hear chili have been diving in and trying our range, because we really wanted to create a range for everyone and not isolate people who don't like chili. And that's why we really utilize some of those more mild chilies as well to make something for everyone. Our sriracha, 7-spice sriracha, is really mild, and it's one that's just become such a huge hit because literally everyone can eat it and it's not too spicy for them. So yeah, it's all about flavor. I mean, that's India, right? Every dish is beautiful, delicious, flavorsome, and this is a really nice, healthy way to add flavor to a dish, and it's really simple.
And it is, as you put it, very simple, but it's when you actually look at it, it's complex as well. Looking at the taste and way and how it's used. So this is wonderful. So ladies and gentlemen, that website once again, saratodd.com.au, and you can go and look at all the range there as well. Or also read this amazing story. I was so amazed, Sarah, to actually meet you in person. That was so great, and such wonderful feeling, looking at all the products, and to me the buzz getting out of us there was, as I mentioned before, watching the wider community also embrace and taste and, being a little bit adventurous.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was such a pleasure to meet you in person, and thank you so much for attending our launch and celebrating with us. It's an exciting time ahead, and it's definitely got something for everyone.
And thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us on the show today, and wishing you all the very best with the collections. I know it will do well.
Amazing. Thank you, Umesh, and thanks to everyone for listening, and chat soon.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you.
So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Todd herself, and what wonderful. Well, right now, let's take a look at the launch.
Yeah, so a huge thank you to everyone for coming along. This has definitely been a labour of love, so I'm sure most of you know my story by now, but everything started about 10 years ago when I first went on to MasterChef Australia, and there was a particular episode where I made aloo gobi that totally, as you know, it's an Indian street food, Indian home food basically, so everyone was quite surprised when that was made on the show. So I didn't realise at the time that MasterChef Australia is the #1 watched show, English show in India. So overnight my social media just blew up with all these followers in India, and I was like, I need to see if this is spam or if this is real, like what's going on. So I flew to India and it was real. I was being dragged down the street from people and recognised left, right and centre. So it was just from little Mackay girl growing up with 2,000 people outside of Mackay and Walkerston, I was like, this is a lot of people, this is a lot of everything going on, but I just absolutely fell in love with India, and so then went travelling around, learning a lot about the food and the culture, and come back to Australia, and I think I took a lot of information from that and learned a lot of recipes, and then opened a restaurant in India. Fast forward, COVID hit and everything shut, and one night started off with I was at home, and a friend of mine, George Colabaris, called up and said, Sarah, I'm making a butter chicken and I need this sauce called Kashmiri tomato sauce. And he's like, where can I get it from? I was like, well, I have everything in my pantry, I can make it for you, and I'll send it over in an Uber. And then anyway, I didn't think much of it, and I had all of these messages on my Instagram going, Sarah, where can I buy this sauce? And I was like, what is going on? And so it turns out George put it on his Instagram. He was like, I got this sauce from my friend Sarah Todd. I have no idea how to make it. Go over and ask her for the recipe if you want it. And then fast forward, My brother and I like to have a few wines every now and then and chat over the phone during COVID. And Matthew works at the mines, and he was like, I don't want to work in the mines anymore. Like, you know, I love chili sauce, I love cooking. And he's like, let's start a chili sauce business. And so I was like, okay, let's go for it. You know, I had the time to, you know, just dive right into it and, you know, go for it. So that was literally 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Matthew also lost his voice as well. He just came on the night shift at work. So I'm doing all the projecting of talking. So yeah, we went for it. And a huge process, which we didn't realise that we didn't have the skills. There was just saying there was no chat GPT back then. Would have helped us a lot to just go, how do we make a chili sauce brand? But anyway, we went in the hard way, and it started off with a lot of incredible partners that have helped us along the way. One of them being here with Vanessa from Cospac. So we, you know, our bottles, we really, not only did we want them to taste good, but we also wanted to make a shape bottle that really stands out on the shelf and looks beautiful. So we're like, you know, we found a gin bottle, we're like, we want something like this. Turns out that's not as easy as you think, and they're very heavy bottles, very expensive, so we had to make it ourselves. So Cospac assisted us with that. It turns out it's an Italian brand that designs the chilies. It's made, you know, somewhere else, and they keep it all for us and deliver it, and we've got a lot of bottles that we got made, so going through that. Then, now we need labels. So didn't realise that, you know, labels is a very long process as well. And Damien from Label Makers, we didn't realise at the time just how insanely huge your company is. It's massive, and we're like, why did you say yes to us? Like, we're such a small business, and you know, you've been so incredible through the whole process, and we honestly couldn't have done it without you. We've made a lot of mistakes, and you haven't, you know, completely bitten us there, so we can't thank you enough for that as well. We've got Pacific Foods that actually contract fill our bottles, so they're based in Yatala. So everything is very Queensland focused in terms of our ingredients, and you know, everything is really local, using local ingredients, all natural, all gluten-free, vegan. So it's been, yeah, an amazing process. And then brings us to Tony from Queensland, Trade and Investment. So we've launched the sauces now in India as well, and the team has been absolutely incredible in helping assist to get a distributor, to help with PR and marketing. So it's been really incredible. So before I might get you to say a couple of words, I might just show a quick video of George Colombo's. I got him to say a few words because we wanted to just, you know, he's amazing, he's been such a dear friend and has definitely helped along the way. So he shot a little something for us as well. Big Ben, Big George.
Deliciousness made by my good friend Sarah Todd and the hot Italian brand Chilli Sauce.
But we were going through trying to find pictures to send to Ashley, and so there's this picture I wanted to show you of us as children. So Matthew and I as young kids, and I was like, Mum's sending all of these photos, and I'm always kind of cranky. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm pinching him, and I'm like, Mum, give me one that I was like doing something normal. And then I was going through more photos, and Matthew and I did a photo shoot, just like that. And I was like, hang on a minute, maybe I'm still like this in the next picture. I'm like, I'm still doing it. I have a problem. I think I have a problem. So I love him a lot. But yeah, no, it's been amazing. I just wanted to invite Tony out to say a couple of words. We really appreciate all of the help that CIQ has helped and assisted us with everything that we're doing. It's really made it so much easier, and we're really grateful and very proud Queenslanders. So yeah, so welcome.
All right, look, I'll say a few words. I'm Tony Burnett, the Director of Food and Agribusiness at Trade Investment Queensland. A big thank you to Sarah and Matt for inviting Hayley and I here today. Look, how fantastic is it to celebrate a Queensland business that was developed out of a family? And these products are going to be taken to the world, and that's what we're here to do. So, Trade and Investment Queensland is Queensland Government's dedicated dating agency. So essentially we take...
We might go up for some other help as well.
We take Queensland businesses to the world and ask the globe to swipe right. Look, we connect Queensland to the world and the world to Queensland. So we do exports and investment. So I reached out to our India team to Annette for a few comments. As we said, hot toddy products are now gracing the aisles of renowned retail stores like Nature's Basket and making their presence felt on prominent online platforms like Amazon and Big Basket. We at TIQ remain committed to championing their great tradition in India. So look, thank you again for the invitation. We look forward to taking your products to the world.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's honestly been incredible. So yeah, a huge thank you. And to your whole team and to the Queensland team in India as well. It's really been amazing. So thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
I think the biggest thank you for here today is the whole team here at Antlers. They have been so incredible pulling all of this together and have gone above and beyond with their support. All of the beautiful food and the platters that they've created. Olivia has really assisted a lot to bring it all together. We've got some beautiful cocktails that our alcohol sponsors as well. Oh, here she is. Do you want to talk? I was like, I asked you guys and they said no. But honestly, Olivia, you've been so incredible. Thank you so much. Literally rolling out the red carpet, which is so incredible. It's a pleasure. Thank you. We're so grateful. It's, because of everyone here today, everyone for joining. We really are so grateful. It's, it's a big slog. Montana is now creating her own range of condiments and different ingredients, items, and you're probably seeing just how difficult it is from starting from the ground up. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to absolutely everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. I think we can all just go and eat and drink and enjoy
We've got some hot food that's going to come out with the buffet, so you get a chance to try some of the sauces, some meat and some vegetables. So there's plenty more food and plenty more drinks, so stick around.
I also just wanted to say to Raina as well, Matthew's partner, she has been packing thousands of orders for us when we launched, which has been absolutely crazy. Everything is perfectly wrapped and done. I could never do it this perfect. So it's been such a huge help for you assisting little Kai running around in the house. You've still been helping out so much. We're so happy and grateful for everyone. Enjoy the food, taste everything, and let us know what you think and what combinations you like, and enjoy.
So there were, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Todd at the launch of the Hot Toddy series at the Pullman at the 16 Antlers rooftop bar. And what an amazing function and event that was. So they were, it was wonderful to run into a celebrity like her. And what an amazing story of what has been done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodbye. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the functions and events taking place. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all we have time for you today, and we will be bringing to you the updated version of the functions and events probably by tomorrow. Right now, as I mentioned before, that there are so many functions and events taking place right here in Queensland, and we'd like to help you promote that. If you have a function and event, please do get in touch with our team. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining in with the show today. Unfortunately, that's about all we have time for you today. Please do give us a feedback on how things are going. We have changed the segment from your daily news updates to the AMX, where we bring you a mixture of functions and events, more so live coverage of interviews and, of course, things. And just a heads up, that the Tapori Squad and your very famous MC Zain will be featuring on the show very, very soon as well. Keep an eye out for that. And if you too would like to be on the show, we'd like to hear from you. So until tomorrow, it's goodbye from us.